Hi there, Joka here, and today I'm sharing two cards with you that I created with the new Spellbinders Slimline collection. So this die set here is called Classic Slimline, and it has several pieces, as you can see. There's a sentiment in it and some intricate dies there. This is the name of the other die that I'm using. This is also in this collection, and these are called Mini Blooms and Sprigs. As you can see, they are tiny little flowers and leaves, which are my favorite things. So I'm happy to use them today. And now I'm creating the first card front, and I decided to go two ways today. So here I'm not using the outline die, just this intricate one. Excuse me. And first I was thinking that I'd create a shaker card, but then I just went without using acetate and any sequins or anything. I just created the dimension there. You will see that. Okay, so now I need the outline, and I'm die cutting this piece from this is an Alexander Renke paper. It's kind of like a mauve color, I would say, and as you can see, it has like a watercolor kind of effect, so the colors are not the same all over the page, so it's really pretty. And this one is also her paper, and it's the same kind of color, but it's a different shade. So I'm using this as a second layer, and I will offset this behind the other one, so you will just have a little tiny sliver of that color visible. Okay, and now I'm also die cutting this from white cardstock because I will need to glue that down, the other two pieces. So I'm actually working in parallel on the two cards. Maybe you noticed. This is just how I work. I never do one card from start to finish. So yeah, now I'm creating one of the backgrounds, and why you see me cutting, trimming things off is because this is a grid paper, and I kind of wanted the grid to be centered. So I'm trying to make sure that I have, about the same design on all sides. I mean, maybe that's too much, but I don't know, with grid paper I kind of like to do this. Okay, so this is another paper again. This is darker, but again the same color, and I'm creating my title or sentiment from this paper. And for the other one, I'm die cutting the sentiment from the grid paper, which you really cannot tell in this size, but it still gives a little bit of something. Or actually, that was my idea, that I would use that for the other card, but now I remember I changed my mind, and I'm just using this as a second layer under the other one. And I'm still die cutting a few from white cardstock, so I will use white on the white actually, but I will also need some more layers because I want to create some dimension here. And again, I forgot to use this double-sided adhesive sheet. Now I actually have some. I finally found some here. Again, I don't remember in which shop. This is why I like when I find a shop that has most everything, because when I Google and I find random things in 100 different shops, I never remember again where I bought something. So sometimes I just never find them again. It's sad, really. We just need one shop that has everything, really. All right, so that's enough about complaining. I'm creating the card bases, and you could see this in all my videos. I'm always creating the card base when I need it. I don't have them pre-cut because this way, you know, I always have the size that I need. Now I am creating some dimension here on this card, but you can see that I did not put acetate there, so this is just going to be like a fake shaker card, I should say. I mean, it's gonna be empty, but I really like that look, that like a peekaboo window kind of thing. So I'm adding some foam tape here to create that dimension. Excuse me. And this actually takes a while. I think, as far as I remember, I did cut out some of this from the video, especially when I removed the backing from the foam tape because it takes so long. And then I don't really have anything to talk about. So now I also decided that I add a few of these small pieces of foam tape. I don't really like to do that when the die cut is so intricate because they are so small. You can see, right? I don't know, foam tape in that small size is really hard to cut, at least for me. So I don't like to do that. But here, I kind of felt like I needed to. So hopefully they are not visible still. Okay, so now I'm layering up my sentiment die cuts, and I have 3 layers for that. I quickly clean it up because, of course, the liquid adhesive is oozing out, even though I'm trying to use very little. Still, these lines are so thin that I just cannot avoid that. Okay, so the other card. Here is what I meant, that I'm just offsetting the 2 die cuts, and I'm trying to add liquid adhesive most places, not everywhere, because this one is such a fast drying adhesive. I don't know, maybe I should find a different one, but I've been using this for so many years that I'm quite used to it. But it dries so fast that I really have no time to glue every single piece here. Okay, so once I'm done with this, I'm adding some foam tape to create some dimension there. And yeah, and then basically the 2 card, like the main design is ready for both cards. I used basically I went with a tone-on-tone approach here. So I used white sentiment for the white card, and I'm using mauve, this mauve color sentiment for this card. I don't know. I originally wanted to use white for this one and mauve for the other one, but then I just felt like it's too, I don't know, too obvious. I don't know how to describe this, but I preferred it this way, the tone-on-tone. Okay, so I figured that I would consider this mauve color as a neutral color, just like white would be or gray would be, you know, because it's such a muted down color. I thought it would be okay as a neutral background, so I could add a whole lot of colorful flowers, and I think it actually works, but you decide, you will see at the end. So I'm using this other set that I mentioned. This is also in this new collection, and again it's called Mini Blooms and Sprigs, and I don't know if you remember, recently Spellbinders posted about their new cardstocks, and all their graphic had this beautiful array of flowers, and this was one of the die set that they used to create those. The other one, I think, is from the oh, what is it called? Simply something line that the color blocks slices are in as well. Nah, I just don't remember the name. The other flowers are from that, and these mini ones are from here. So I really love that. So I'm happy I got this die. And so now I die cut a bunch of things, and I'm now trying to put everything together. You can see that these pieces are so tiny, so tiny. Some of them are even hard to pick up with my tweezer, so I had to even use this other tool that I don't remember the name of ever. I call it my pokey tool. Maybe it's a piercing tool. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm trying to create two clusters of flowers here on either side of the sentiment, and I die cut the leaves from, I think, from 3 different green cardstock, and I just try to be not very symmetrical, if that makes any sense. I didn't want the two clusters mirrored, you know, I wanted them to be a bit different, but I did want to use a variety of colors. I was really set on to using all the colors, but then that just turned out to be too many. Okay, so once I decided on the main design, gluing everything down. Some of them I'm adding some foam tape to, just so I can you know, create some layers there and hide some of the leaves behind these or tuck them under. So I don't think you need the foam tape, but I just like that additional dimension. Okay, so that's almost the whole card design. I'm really only now spending time on gluing everything down, and I'm not sure, but I hope I did not leave in the second card as well, because that's basically the exact same process. I don't think you really need to see this. It's really always so hard when I edit it. It's always hard to decide how much I have to keep, how much footage and how much I can delete. And then here I am, and I have no idea what to say, because, you know, this is just all gluing things down. So there's really not much to say about this. Anyway, as you can see, I'm still not sure about the, you know, I already planned out my design, but still, once I'm once I'm starting to stick things down, I can't even talk anymore. All of a sudden, I change my mind. All right, so apparently I cut it out, the rest of the footage. Okay, so here are the two cards. I hope you like them. I hope you were inspired in some small way. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.